Welcome guys to another top 5 list. This time I thought it would be fun to rank my top 5 settlements in Total War Attila. Several criteria has been weighed in here. Each settlement needs to stand on its own, so I'm not taking into account how strong the entire region as a whole is. Instead, I'm mainly looking at the settlement's defensive capabilities, economic potential, and unique bonuses that provide long-term value in a campaign, especially in a game as punishing as Attila. Let's begin. Coming in at number 5 is Rhaga. This might be one of the most overlooked settlements in the game actually. First of all, it's not even the region's main city, it's actually one of the towns. Secondly, it belongs to Atropatene, one of the Sassanid puppet factions. So why include it on a top 5 list? There are really 3 reasons, and they're all tied to its wonder, Mount Damavand. The main benefit here is the +2 public order faction-wide. Public order is something you struggle with in every Attila campaign, so this bonus is incredibly valuable. In practice, it's almost like having an extra plaza built in every single region, and that's worth a lot of money and stability over time. On top of that, the Wonder also provides a +5% missile attack range for armies and fleets. It's a smaller bonus, but it's a very nice quality of life improvement that gives your ranged units an edge in battles. Playing as the Sassanids, this settlement can be acquired on turn 1 if you choose to betray your puppet faction. Defensively, it can feel exposed early on, but mid to late game, its far eastern position makes it one of the safest settlements you can own. This is definitely a rule breaker pick, so to speak, and its value comes from the faction-wide bonuses rather than the settlement itself, but the impact is simply too strong to ignore. At number 4, I'm going for Ctesiphon. Ctesiphon can come under threat early in the campaign, but most of the time you won't have to fight tooth and nails to keep it. By mid to late game, this becomes one of the safest settlements on the map. Economically, there's nothing spectacular here, it lacks support and doesn't have exceptional regional bonuses. The real value here lies in the city of Babylon Wonder. The Wonder provides high walls, making Ctesiphon far more defensible than most early tier cities. It also gives a +3% research bonus to civil developments. On its own, that's not game changing, but every bonus adds up in Attila. The most important part, however, is growth. The city of Babylon provides +2 growth faction-wide, and growth is one of the slowest and most painful resources to come by in Attila. Even though the number looks small, faction-wide growth is incredibly valuable over the course of a long campaign. It quietly accelerates development everywhere, basically, and that invisible power is exactly why Ctesiphon earned its place on the list. At number 3 we have Cilicia. Typically, some of your most profitable settlements in Attila are the ones with ports, and Cilicia is no exception. But what really makes Cilicia stand out is that it also has olives as a resource. The olive building chain provides food, but more importantly, it also gives a percentage bonus to wealth from commercial buildings, which trade ports provide. At tier 1, this starts at +5%, and every upgrade adds another 5%, topping out at 20%. That makes Cilicia one of the strongest economic settlements in the game, and it also boosts the region's other settlements, which further increase its overall value. Defensively, playing as the Eastern Roman Empire, you'll usually be able to stabilize the front lines before enemies reach the city, and playing as other factions like the Sassanids, Cilicia can often be acquired relatively early. Overall, this settlement offers an excellent mix of economic power, regional synergy, and reasonable security. Earning the number 2 slot on this list is Zafar. Zafar, located in Arabia Felix, is a starting settlement for the Himyar faction, and it's one of the strongest economic settlements in the entire game. Defensively, Zafar is only really threatened in the early game. You have just 2 factions in close proximity. Masum to the east, a puppet of the Sassanid Empire, and Axum to the west, your main regional rival, so to speak. Once you have established yourself, Zafar is very unlikely to come under serious threat. The main reason it makes this list though is its unique building, the Marib Dam. The Marib Dam provides +5 fertility, and crucially, this bonus is not affected by Attila's climate change mechanic, which for every climate change, all base fertility drops by 1, and this happens 4 times throughout a full campaign. That means the region in Zafar, the region's food production, stays strong even as the world collapses around it. The building itself doesn't require upgrades to reach its full potential. So from the very start you get 500 wealth and plus 30% wealth from agricultural buildings. With a bit of planning, Zafar becomes one of the best long-term economic settlements in the game. In many ways, this city actually kind of gets stronger as the rest of the map gets worse, which is extremely rare in Total War Attila. Whenever you play as Himyar, Axum, or conquer it early as another faction, Zafar can provide you a massive and reliable economic injection. Constantinople. There was never really any debate about the number 1 slot here. Constantinople, or Constantinopolis, is one of the game's iconic settlements and features a unique settlement layout, which is cool in itself. It also functions as one of Attila's wonders, providing +20 morale when under siege, and increased wealth from cultural buildings. Defensively, this city is an absolute fortress. Its high walls, narrow passages, and layered defenses makes it incredibly difficult to assault. An enemy usually needs more than 1 full stack just to have a chance, and that's before you even bring in reinforcements. Even late game threats like the Huns struggle here. With a few extra spear units and basic siege defense, Constantinople can turn what should be a disaster into a relatively comfortable victory, especially with the massive morale bonus under siege. Economically, the surrounding region isn't perfect. You only have a port in the main city, and the nearby settlements are somewhat exposed. Still, Constantinople starts well developed and remains an economic powerhouse on its own throughout the campaign. This is a settlement that can quite literally hold back the end of the world, and that's why it earns the top spot. And that concludes my top 5 settlements list in Total War Attila. Let me know in the comments which settlement you will be putting on your list. I'm curious to see your picks. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.